Turn on the torch, light up the flame. Time to melt some glass, my friends. There you are. Here I am to explain, to teach, and create again. Um, I have in mind, as you can see on the title, it says wings, and that's exactly what we're going to work on because that is what I said I'd work on, right? Right. I got to do a couple of quick tweakings here on my sound system so that something stupid doesn't happen in the meantime, right? Hopefully the wind isn't as bad today. I have the fan at a lower setting, which is good. Hi, Thomas. Good to see you there. Uh, and I'm glad that you jumped on real quick. That's a cool thing. Give me just a second. I want to make sure output. There we go. Now I can hear everything and a little bit of the wind going on, so I know what's going on. So, oops, I did that didn't have to be saved. Okay. Now, as you saw on the title, it was wings. And I've had a request in the last little bit for somebody for me to make some wings so that they can get some ideas on wings. Um, Here we go. I'm only going to do like, since we're trying to keep it simple and keep it down to 30 minutes, I'm only going to do like one type of, several wings, but only one type. I mean, one wing, not several wings. To do a set of wings. Um, with that, we will see what we can come up with and do. How's that sound? And if you have requests, type them down in the space below. Actually, now considering I was trying to do it with the camera up here, but it's not there yet. It's about to be. Here we go. There you go. In the space down below. And with that, got to curve it just a little bit more. There we are. It's a nice pivoting point for the camera. So with that, uh, again, I'm going to do several types of wings that will give you an idea on how to do some wings in several different ways. I will do my fold and pull method. I will do just a flattening and shaping method. And I also feel like I'm going to do a butterfly wing at this time too, and or dragonfly wing, depending upon what you do with it. Yes, it's all in the where you put the wing that it looks like whatever. Bug wings, like I said, you'll see as we go along. They're not going to be hugely huge, but considering what they are and where we're at and what we're doing, we'll go ahead and come to find out. There we go. Flames on. Uh, the propane's off. I got to go turn it on. Give me a second. Have patience with me in the wind blowing, but it's not there all the time at this point. Holy cow. Talk about being in your own way, but we'll get there. My son is also, you might hear him in the background. He's got his own little corner that he's got a little torch set up, and he's playing around a little bit. Uh, I have a spare oxygen concentrator running for him also. Okay, now, here we go. We're going to try this again. There we go. Be patient. We're getting there. Now, first wing is my fold and pull type method wing, and these wings are fairly nice and fulfill. Hello, Paula. How you doing? I'm glad you showed up. I know it's short notice and all, you know me, and it's usually about this time of day that it does happen. We might have to move that sign. Anyway, the first wing is my fold and pull wing, and basically it is where you're heating up Always, the thing about the wing that's going to make it the best is how you attach it to, and make sure it's a good attachment. Even if you want to like put a bump in there like this, take it off, and then make sure it's melted onto the piece where you need to put the wing entirely. And then go back and start the wing again. Now this one is going to be the fold and pull again, and it goes, you pull it out, fold it over, and you're heating up the rod that you're making the wing out of, and you pull it out, fold it over. It's sort of a, you're feeding it and folding it and pulling it at the same time. It's kind of weird, but once you gain the uh, the uh, uh, the momentum of it, these can be made into any shape of wing or tail, like a horse's tail or anything you want it to be. Yeah, I think my son is making another ring. He's gotten into those rings and really loving it. There's one that I have to sort of do a little bit of work on, but other than that, again, this is that style of wing there, and you could make that into an angel wing, also a bat wing. Um, and the thing about the bat wing is that all you'd have to do to this is just add the bits down below, and also you can section it off right there like that, and that makes more of the bat wing look. And then you do the feather out bits, and or any type of, even if you wanted to do the bird. Okay, that's giving you ideas. Again, I'm not going into great detail on this wing, but that's one of the fold and pull. Now the same basic wing, this time I'm going to do it with the flattening method. First, again, your main concern is making sure that it's welded on to the body. Okay, and then I'm going to add, just push and push and push a little bit, make them a little bit of a Maria bulge there for this other wing, and keep adding and keep pushing until you get enough glass that you feel like, hey, that's the size of wing I want to work with. And that's only through practice and time. Hello, Ace Glass. Nice to see that everybody's showing up real quick. And again, it's one of those things that I don't tell everybody that I'm showing up, but I'm glad to know that you know that I just sort of show up and get a few people watching. That's a good thing. Now this wing again is just basically a nice big bump, and you got to heat it. You always got to remember, glass is a three-dimensional object, and you've got to heat it up three-dimensionally, not just on one side, but both sides. Okay? Yeah, my son is just starting to learn, and I might have had that out of the shot, but there you go. Okay. Now here we go again. Now it's flattened. All I did was just take a pair of tweezers and flatten it, and then with that, now we can shape this thing, and it's basically the same idea as I did for the other side, but you just heat up the whole thing and then let it flow and get it sort of the consistency of taffy, the whole thing, both sides, and then you can turn and shape it and move it around in any direction that you want to go for that. That's wing number two. And again, that's not a bad wing. And then you could add texture to it. I've got a pair of scissors that I got here, and I can show you that real quick. You take it out and you just add texture. You're not cutting through, you're just adding to make it look like you've fluffed it up and laced it out. Okay. See, there you go. You got some nice feathery looking wings going on there. All just by adding texture to what you're working with. And, it's just practice, practice, and more practice. Yeah, we've got a skeeter problem out here, so my son's coming, grabbing the skeeter repellent. Now, That's wing number two. And I admit that this one got a little bit bigger than that one, but that's just the way it worked out. But I could have made, that's the thing about the folded pool, you can add more later too. Here is wing number three. One of the ways I do wings, like for my eagles and stuff. Hey, Justin, nice to see you. Man, I'm getting quite a crowd here real quick. That's good. Um, Now, this wing, again, most important part is attaching the wing to the, there's two ways that I've done this wing. And this is a version of the fold and pull, but a little bit different, like my lace. And I know you've seen my lace, it just goes up and back and up and back and forth and leaves a lot of air between, but it gives it a nice looking wing. First, I do a little bit of a support like that, and you don't need to actually do that. I'll show you that in the next one real quick. We're trying, again, I'm doing really quick little snippets here, just on wing today. And again, you heat it up, you touch it too, touch it down at the bottom, pull it out, touch it at the top, pull it off, touch it at the bottom, pull it off. And again, this is sort of like the fold and pull, but a little bit different. And it does give you some nice looking wing structure. And if you do it right and make sure you've melted it onto that base or the and as you can see, a little bit of the fold and pull at the end to give it some nice, more tufting type wings. And again, the most important part of anything that you can do with these wings is make sure that it's sealed to the foundation of the body that you're doing the wing to, like so. Now the same idea without that support at the top. It's basically, again, you're heating up and touching it to and pulling it out and dropping it down, touching it to and pulling it out, back and forth. And this is a good support system too. And if you wanted to do it this way, and then you could add the line of the wing at the top later, which works out. And you can make airplane wings like this, like a biplane with this type of lace. It looks really cool. And then you could heat up the whole thing. And again, it's just gently, gently, once you've got it all nice and warm, you can gently move it in any direction you want it to. Nudge, nudge, and more nudge. Questions so far? Hi, Amber. Sorry I didn't say hi. I've been busy looking at what I'm doing. You see there? You got wing, wing, and wing, and wing, and wong. Now, the butterfly slash dragonfly wing is next. Okay? Yeah, it does that sometimes. The butterfly slash dragonfly wing. Are we ready for that one, guys? Now, there's two ways of doing this, and this is one way. And basically, it's like they wing up here, but it's just done in a different direction. All right. What did you drop? Oh, never mind. Okay. Now, I'm going to make sure that this is welded in there really, really good at the base. And it's already melting and bending at that spot since I'm working so far down the wings here. Matter of fact, I am. I'm going to pull that off. These wings that I've done so far. It's almost look like a totem pole with wings. I'm fighting with my best friend, Katie. Uh, what's her name? C-A-T-A, Caitlin. Oh. Oh, okay. Why are you fighting with Caitlin? Anyway, now let's get back to this. With this type of wing, again, it's like the you just sit making sure you melt enough glass in one spot. And again, don't forget to share, click like, click subscribe, uh, add a comment. If you want some to buy the stuff, give me a shout out. We'll get you there. Okay, again, what I'm doing is basically melting enough glass for a wing. And depending upon how you do this wing, it can either become a dragonfly or a butterfly. She won't keep any of my secrets. Uh-oh. Lost all my friends but Eleanor and Addison. Uh-oh. She's not keeping secrets about her boyfriends. That's the whole idea. Okay, now here we go. We got the flattening. Okay. Now, a little bit more. What, sir? Yeah, sort of. If he's found out that he shouldn't be stepping on his oxygen hose, it's not it's just a hose connected to the oxygen line. Flexible hose connected to the, not boyfriends. I know. I'm joking, my dear. I love you. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now, what I'm going to do, this is going to be basically a butterfly wing and or whatever. Here we go. Um, you take a pair of scissors and cut. Actually, this looks more like a dragonfly wing. We'll do that. And then we'll do a butterfly. It's the same basic idea, but in a different direction. Okay, the dragonfly again, you saw me cut it and pull it out. And yes, you can do these individually, but I think the closer you can put these wings together, the more dragonfly like it will be. And if you do them individually, sometimes it creates more of a space than what you really want to have. Okay, flatten. And it happens that time. Bubbling. Okay. And there we got dragonflies. Wings. I don't have any boyfriends. Well, you have friends. That's the main thing. That are boys. You don't count. You're her brother. No, you don't. No, you're not. I don't know if you guys can hear the argument going on, but family life, isn't that wonderful? Okay. Now, again, I'm going to kick this up a notch. It's so we can get it done a little bit faster, but we're getting it there. One more wing here. Hi, Athena. I am glad that people are showing up for my little quick wing tutorial. You'll have to watch the whole thing to see all the wings that I've done, right or wrong. Now here's going to be the butterfly wing, and again, what I'm doing is I'm making enough bulge to make a nice round disc. And you could actually make a basic shape of the same type of wing for like the bird wings and stuff, but you're going to add just a little bit of different design pattern afterwards and nip it in the middle to give it the two sections going on. Okay, there we go. Now here we go. I'm going to sort of start making it look like a butterfly wing and add a little bit down here at the bottom like so. Just went to lunch to do, I was able to watch. Cool. Now, um, again, with the butterfly wings, you can snip it all the way to the center, but all you're really trying to do is give it the butterfly look. So just sort of halfway there or whatever. and then that sort of gives you that type of wing look that you're looking for. And to me, sometimes I make them and it looks like I inverted, and I'll pick the I like right now. I think the bottom here, this one here looks better as a bottom wing, and this one looks better as a top wing. So sometimes I'll invert them after the fact, and it works out real well. And it's just a matter of time, patience, and practice. And there we go, butterfly wings, and we got a whole set of other wings that I've done. And I will put a video of these on you on Facebook on Melting Memories page. And that gives you an idea on some wings to do. And if you have some ideas for other ones, the same idea here you can do for fairy wings. And it's just to your own imagination and to do what you can do. And sometimes it's good to push your envelope, not with what you can do, but what you want to do. And play with it and play with it. And it might be a little frustrating at times, but that's where you learn what you can do with the glass. And you also get to the point where you may not be getting the results that you actually think you wanted, but maybe about a couple of days later, you'll be wanting to do something, and then you'll realize that mistake that you made on this thing is exactly what you needed to do to make the other thing work. You thought it was a mistake, but it's still a learning process. Learning what you can do with this glass is the most important thing that you can do. And the colors and variations are an after effect. With that, I'm running close to about a half hour. I plan on in about another half hour or so to do another show. Uh, I've got to do some more mermaids and another couple of other things. So don't just think it's the end of the line. I know I'm making them short and sweet, but that's part of the fun, uh, so that I can get more of them in. So again, any other questions while I'm working on these wings here? Anyone? Anyone? I feel like Ferris Bueller's teacher. And any requests? Again, put them in the comments below, and I will definitely get to them. This has been a request. I think Paula was the one that made the request for the wings, and I'm trying my darndest to come up with the ideas and do what I can. Also, Athena, um, uh, Glass, Star, I can't think of his name right now. I will put a in the wing, not the wings, but the last video that I did for the Swan glass Swan barometer. Uh, there was another one of the people for Melting Memories, and also anyway, he did a video on his channel, and I think it will be worth you watching. I'll call you after. Yeah, you can call me after, Amber. Uh, we're outside in the shed. The phones are in the house, but we'll get there. Anyway, with that, I'm going to quit this show. Let me get to the other video, the other camera, so you can at least say hi. I believe the sound quality was better. The wind wasn't blowing on us as much. Only when I turn my head like this do you hear the wind start blowing on it. Um, Again, thank you for being there. I enjoy you guys out there. There's Brian. He's off in his little corner of the world, melting away. So it almost feels like a full glass studio, right? So until the next time, probably within the next half hour, I plan on doing one more show. So thanks for being there. Carpe Vitro, and enjoy your day.